Am I the a-hole for refusing to share food I had ordered for myself? This week I had a minor examination in hospital that required me to not eat for 24 hours prior to the test. My appointment was also delayed by 4 hours, so by the time it was done, and by the time I got home, it was over 32 to 34 hours since I had eaten anything. Because of this, I was very hungry and tired, so I decided to order some food. I asked my girlfriend if she wanted anything, but she said no. My girlfriend said she'd rather cook than order out, but I said I'd prefer a takeaway so we can just have separate meals. She said she'd rather we both just cooked, but I again refused and told her I'm ordering myself food. I ordered the food and she decided to not cook and just said she didn't want anything. Once my food came, I was sat eating and she came over and asked if she could have some. I asked if she was serious. I pointed out I asked her multiple times if she wanted anything, and she's waited for me to sit and enjoy my food to try and take it. I mentioned that I've ordered exactly what I was because of how hungry I am, but she just said she was hungry too since she hadn't eaten. I mentioned that the only reason she hadn't eaten was because I didn't want to cook for her, and that doesn't mean she can come and take my food instead. I said if she wants something to eat, she can either order herself something or cook it, but I'm not sharing what I ordered. She said I was being too selfish and that I have enough to share, so I should be fine sharing with her. She said she's not asking for much and that I'm being unfair. Am I the a-hole for refusing to share the food I ordered?
You are not the a-hole. Your girlfriend, on the other hand, is a lazy a-hole. You gave her several opportunities to decide between ordering food like you were or cooking something for herself. She chose the latter and then changed her mind, expecting you to make up for her indecision and unwillingness, a laziness, to cook as she had originally decided. When you add to this that she knew you were recovering from a procedure in which you had not been able to eat beforehand and were very hungry, that makes her look even worse. The icing on the cake is when she accuses you of being the selfish one. That is really a poor attempt at gaslighting. If this is just one example of selfish, entitled behavior on her part, and there are many more and worse ones, please reevaluate this relationship.
Agree with not the a-hole, but that's not gaslighting. Gaslighting isn't just lying. It's lying with the intent of making the person being lied to legitimately think they're going crazy. I never said I was gonna cook. I asked you to order me food, and since you didn't, you owe me would be gaslighting.
Not the a-hole. You gave her a few chances to order something, and she still could have cooked something for herself. I would have also played that I haven't eaten in over 24 hours card and explained you probably have low blood sugar, and this isn't the time to change your mind at the last minute. She also could have just ordered food for herself at that point. No rule you can't order twice or order from a second place.
Obligatory Joey doesn't share food, comment. Assuming this is real, not the a-hole. You hadn't eaten for nearly 1.5 days, and she told you multiple times that she didn't want anything before you ordered. I'd be famished, temperamental, and hangry. Don't touch my food.
Considering there are actually people on this thread arguing that he should have ordered extra food because apparently we're not supposed to communicate like adults, it's probably true. Please, will both men and women stop infantilizing women? I can't believe some of the comments on this thread. I don't personally know any women who behave like this, but apparently they are out there.
Don't listen to these commenters telling you you should have gotten food for your girlfriend. You're 100% not the a-hole. I think it's hilarious that they're all saying you should always disregard what your adult girlfriend tells you and do what you think is best for her. I guarantee that if you'd written this entire scenario except that you ordered her food and she didn't want it, they'd all be coming after you for being a misogynist, thinking you know better than she does what she wants, needs. Not to mention that you hadn't eaten for a day and a half. You weren't exactly in a state of mind to problem solve for someone who has told you repeatedly there isn't a problem. I know when I'm super hungry, I get loopy. I'm not out trying to decipher the hidden meaning behind what my partner is saying to me. Your girlfriend was playing some kind of game with you and unfortunately she lost. Next time, she should either be honest or tell you the rules of her little game so the playing field is level. Signed, a 55 female, married for 27 years, and with my husband for 37 years. We'd never have gotten this far playing mind games with each other. Am I the a-hole because I won't give my brother daycare for $25 per day? I, 33 female, recently divorced mom, operate an in-home daycare with my sister. For the last few weeks, we have been caring for our 10mo nephew, our brother's son, with the expectation that my brother will eventually start paying us, including back pay. We have cared for my nephew 14 days so far, about 4 to 7 hours per day. My brother wants me to charge only $25 per day, whereas we usually charge $60 per day. When I made a case that $30 per day is reasonable, he responded, "1, I am not a client, I am your brother and he is your nephew first off. When you and ex-husband were considering selling your home, I was going to do 1% commission instead of 3% because your family, which roughly would have been about an $8,500 pay cut. This was never discussed. 2, I did pay hundreds for a daycare, and I have no problem doing it again. The difference is a daycare, I know 100% I can always take my son there. With him going to y'all, we have to figure out a solution using leave hours anytime the house is down with sickness or y'all go on vacation. 3, I am compensating based on the amount of work you have to do for the 3 to 4 hours he is there. Actually, hourly it's more than compensating. It is not my fault you chose a route where you don't make a lot of money, but that damn sure doesn't make it my responsibility to make up for it. 4, I think your mindset is a little twisted. You have the opportunity to see and build a relationship with your nephew and get paid for it separately where we don't count toward your attendance. That is either $400 to $450 a month for seeing your nephew, or if you want to be petty, it can easily be $0. 5, y'all are the ones that said over and over again you wanted to see you more often and wished he would go there. I am not by any means strapped for money where I can't easily put him back in daycare full time. But y'all wanted to watch him and I knew it would bring some extra money your way at the same time, so should be a win-win. Where you have it f'd up is you think I need to take him there and you want to talk like he's just another kid or I'm just another client. I'm not the one to be getting in a back and forth with. If you want the money every month to see your nephew, then you need to check yourself, or I'll keep him the rest of this week and he will start somewhere else next week. I'm not here to play "you're hurting my feelings" games. Let me know, but this isn't a back and forth. I thought it was a good way for him to spend time with his family and to put some money in your pocket. If it's a problem already, just say so and I'll gladly make other arrangements. After that, I responded that I thought his message was entitled and disrespectful, and I think it's best we do not continue a business relationship. My brother says I'm entitled. My mindset is twisted, and I should say less. Am I the a-hole?
Not the a-hole. There might be argument for, but it's just $5. But that response from him? No. I barely got to number 2 when I was already thinking, don't mix business with family, and that you should just say, no. Glad to see you did. With this attitude of his, I think he would become more and more of a problem. He claims to have paid hundreds before and can do it again, but he hasn't paid you yet and owes you? Interesting. Yeah, don't watch your nephew. It will only cause more issues. And at this point, don't get into it with him anymore. Just say, it's best that we keep business and family separate from here on out. He spouts off more? I understand. It's best that we keep business and family separate from here on out. He ends up coming back and saying, okay, look, I decided to do you a favor, because you know that's how he'll spin it, and pay the $30 a day. Response is, I appreciate that, but it's best that we keep business and family separate from here on out. Over and over and over.
The argument for, but it's just $5, actually goes equally both ways. If it's just $5, OP should be able to let it go, but at the same time brother should be able to add just $5.
Not the a-hole. You are doing him a favor, not the other way around. I love that he's tried to flip that on you. Here, I'll do you a favor, look after my child in lieu of a kid who pays the full amount and relish the time he's ever so graciously allowing you with your nephew. Well, bugger that. You did the right thing. If he has so much money, then he can pay the full amount for daycare. I don't know why he fails to realize whether it's in your home or not. You are running a daycare. He made his bed. Now he can lie in it.
Yeah, I never got the notion that family should pay less for things. Shouldn't it be more? Why is the brother more comfortable paying a stranger hundreds of dollars but his own sister must make slave wages?
If you want the money every month to see your nephew, then you need to check yourself. Not only would I say no to babysitting for your brother, I'd go low no contact for a while for your own sanity after this bullshit statement. This is a service. A service where you charge $60. You're already giving him a $30 per day family discount. Not the a-hole, he can kick rocks.
And the brother has not even paid the discounted amount. This is a client that OP needs to lose immediately.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.